Hello, I'm Sarah from South London Sling Library, and today I'd like to talk to you about the DracoMom Hatchling Carrier. This is a really good carrier for those who want something that's nice and soft and flexible but is buckled to use from newborn. So this really will fit on day one for any average sized newborn, and even those perhaps a little bit smaller than average. For teeny tiny, like low birth weight babies, this might fit. I think it's certainly adjustable, but for those babies you are going to want to see a carrying consultant or go to a sling library for personalised advice. If you have a standard size newborn, the DracoMom Carrier is definitely going to be one to look at. It's nice and lightweight. It's a beautiful cotton polyester blend. It's got a slight hint of stretch about it, but it's not too stretchy. So it's lovely, and it's going to maintain its usability as the baby gets bigger due to the fact that it's not too stretchy. I think this is going to last to probably around about somewhere approaching 6 months. But it's got a really good price point. It's going to be retailing in the UK for about £50 to £60. So I mean, really good price point, really good quality for a carrier to do you definitely the 4th trimester, maybe a little bit beyond that. Really good quality carrier. So to wear it with your newborn, it adjusts in 2 places. It adjusts in the height of the body panel, but also the width of the body panel. So if we start with the width, down here at the waistband, you've got a little Velcro section. If you unpeel that Velcro, you can slide the fabric along and stick it down. You just want it wide enough to fit your baby from the back of one knee all the way to the back of the other knee. If you have a terribly curled up newborn baby, they've got their knees in front of their hips and their feet right up under their bottom, you may need to put the Velcro all the way into the middle. Jamie, my newborn size demo doll, was a little bit more open than that these days. So I'm going to slide it out a little bit wider than that to fit Jamie. You just want to make sure you've got equal amount of webbing out on either side so that your carrier is symmetrical. I'm then going to take that waistband, flip it in towards me and put it round about my natural waist. And get that clipped up behind me. You can then hold the carrier still, pull one tightening strap and then the other. The nature of buckles, if you pull both of these straps at the same time, nothing is going to happen. So hold the carrier still, pull one side and then pull the other side. Any strap that has an elastic loop on the edge is so that if you've got excess strap that's getting in your way, getting on your nerves, you can roll it up and then use that elastic loop to go over the bulge of carrier that you've just created by rolling that strap up, and that keeps that out of the way. So I could roll that all the way to the buckle if I wanted to. I'm not bothered by a flappy strap, so I'm not going to bother. So to adjust the height of the body panel, I'm going to roll this up in front of me. These toggles on the front adjust the height of the body panel. So by tightening that loop, there you go, and tightening that toggle, can you see how that bunches up? That reduces the height of the body panel. I can do that on both sides. There you go. Now I need my baby. So here's Jamie. Jamie is my newborn size demo doll. All I'm going to do is hold Jamie here on my front with their head on the firm part of my chest, and I'm going to encourage Jamie's knees up. I'm not asking Jamie to wrap their legs around my body because a baby at this age is not going to want to do that, but I'm just going to encourage Jamie just to bend their knees so that they haven't got their legs hanging down in front of the carrier while I'm trying to get the body panel around them. So encouraging their knees up gets them into that lovely knees up, bottom down position that newborns just like to be in anyway. And then dip a hand under the carrier, the body panel of the carrier, and roll it around Jamie's body. I end up then just holding the baby and the carrier by default. It means I never have to let go of the baby, and I don't end up holding the carrier and not the baby. By just rolling it round Jamie, I just end up holding Jamie and the carrier. I can then take the straps and pop the straps over my shoulders, like so. I'm just also going to encourage Jamie to bring their hands up near their face. Generally, newborns want their hands near their face. So if you try and do that while you're holding them, it means that you're not stuck with the baby's hand down there and putting a strap over their arm. So I'm just going to encourage Jamie to bring their hands up towards their face. I can then support Jamie's upper back with one hand because I can already feel that some of Jamie's weight is being taken by the waistband. I can then take my free hand through the small of my back. I'm going to go underneath this first strap to the strap on my opposite shoulder. I'm going to take this strap and I'm going to pull it straight down towards the floor, then bring it low around my body and up towards the buckle at the front here. I can clip in there and then pull backwards to tighten. And then all I'm going to do is swap the hand supporting my baby, take my free hand through the small of my back to the strap on my opposite shoulder, pull down to the floor, bring it low around my body and up to the buckle at the front here. Now they do have safety elastics. I have to say, I'm not a massive fan of safety elastics. I feel like parenting can be tough enough without adding the krypton factor to it. If it makes you feel more secure, you can put that buckle through that elastic and then clip it in. It's certainly what the manufacturers would like you to do. They then want you to pull the webbing through before you tighten that strap. The idea behind a safety elastic is if your carrier comes undone, it gets caught by that elastic and your baby's not going to fall to the floor. Now I have to say, buckles don't just randomly explode as you're walking down the street. Generally what happens is you go to take the carrier off, the buckle would fall to the floor in front of you and you may tread on it. If you've trodden on the buckle or you've closed it in a car door or something, do check your buckles before you use your carrier. This is a really good quality carrier and I would be I really honestly do not think that the buckles would explode as you're walking down the street. However, if you feel more comfortable using the safety elastic, then that's how you do it. Feed the buckle through the elastic before you do it up. I can then just make sure that the fabric is spread into the backs of my baby's knees. Their bottom is tilted towards me so that the weight is on the back of their bottom. That encourages them into that knees up, bottom down position. The carrier sits nicely at the nape of my baby's neck, and they're absolutely perfect. In terms of safety, you've got the same safety guidelines in this sling as you've got in any other sling or baby carrier. The word to remember is ticks. You want to be able to tick all of your safety boxes. The T stands for tight. The baby is as tightly held against you as if you were holding them in your arms. So you can put your hand on the back of their head, do a little dip forward and not feel their body weight pull away from you. The I stands for in view. You should be able to look down and see your baby's face without having to move any fabric or open any straps or anything like that. The C stands for close enough to kiss. Now honestly, this is about having soft chest or breast tissue. If you don't have that soft tissue on your chest, you may find that if the baby sits a little bit lower on your body, that's absolutely fine. If you do have soft chest tissue or breast tissue, you need the baby to sit on with their head on the firm part of your chest so that they're above any tissue that might block their airways. The K stands for keeping the baby's chin off their chest. The easiest way to know that baby's chin is off their chest is to do the ugly double chin maneuver and make sure you can see the tip of your baby's nose. If you can see the tip of their nose, it means that their chin is off their chest. If they put their chin on their chest, then their nose will be pointing at the floor. The S stands for supported spine, and the way you check that their spine is fully supported is to put your hand on their back and lightly press. they don't have extra room to get closer to you, uncurl or sit up. All of these things are about not allowing the baby space in the sling that they could slump into, put their chin on their chest and close their airway. Now, in terms of head support, most of the baby's head support is going to come from getting their base right. So where you've got them in that lovely knees up, bottom down position, they're going to have a beautiful natural curl in their spine. And when they're relaxed, they're just going to rest their head on your chest. If you need to bend down and pick a sock up off the floor, you can put your hand on the baby's head, bend down, pick the sock up. Let's face it, we should all be bending from the knees, not from the hips, but we don't. So, you know, perhaps that's a lesson for us all in terms of back care. If you need to bend down, try bending from the knees. This carrier does not have an additional head support, which is fine. Most of the time you are absolutely not going to need it. If you feel like you do need it, perhaps you're hanging the washing out, I would say get your laundry basket up, put it on a table or something rather than having to bend down to it. But if you do need to bend down and you need both of your hands, what you can do with this carrier is if you loosen the toggle next to the back of the baby's head, you're only going to need one side, loosen that toggle, you can bring that side of the carrier up slightly. And then what you'll need to do is bring the slack round to the buckle on the other side and tighten it. What that will do is just bring the top edge of the carrier up a little bit higher on one side, and you can then use that just to cradle the baby's head a little bit. But again, I would move your things, your laundry basket or whatever, up if you can, or leave laundry or the dishwasher or whatever it is you need to do that's down there until baby's awake, or get somebody else to do it. But let me just retighten that. There we go. All right, Jamie. Most of the time you don't want the carrier to come any higher than the nape of the neck, and as I was saying, the head support generally comes from getting their base right. So yeah, love it. Really good carrier. I'm really enjoying this one already, and it's only been here about an hour. To take it off, I'm going to support the baby's weight. I'm going to unbuckle at that side. If you've used your safety elastic, when you unbuckle, it's not going to come undone. You then need to take that buckle and flip it backwards through that elastic, and then you can undo and just peel the carrier from the baby. If you're, say for example, you're just taking the baby out so that you can change their nappy and then you're going to leave the house, I would catch hold of your shoulder straps and take those buckles, either stick them in your pocket or tuck them in the waistband, just so that they're not hanging in front of you, they're not going to be a trip hazard. So there you go, the DracoMom Hatchling Baby Carrier. It's going to be retailing in the UK for about £50 to £60. Really good quality, fantastic buckled carrier that you can use as soon as you feel like you're ready to carry your baby. And yeah, I would estimate to around about 6 months. I hope that helps. If you'd like to hire this one, you can find it on the South London Sling Library website. It's going to be £10 for 2 weeks. And yeah, I hope that helps. I'll see you soon. Bye.